Leaders must be able to effectively communicate. After all, our working definition of leadership describes it as a process of communication. Now, communication may take on many different forms. An individual may be stronger in one form of communication versus another. However, it is crucial that leaders master all forms of communication. Leaders must be able to survey their environment, analyze its needs, and then choose the best communication strategies. Leaders are often required to provide audiences with formal presentations. Such presentations are opportunities to paint the vision, provide historical information, outline a plan of action, and/or any number of other communication tasks that are critical to success. This short video presents some important tips for making effective presentations. Here are some important tips for making effective presentations. Presenters have a special responsibility to serve their audience. The purpose of most presentations is to provide information to enhance audience knowledge. Whether a 5 or 50-minute presentation, presenters must carefully prepare and be goal-oriented. Presenters are only successful if their goals are met. Although there may be an element of entertainment resident in any presentation, entertainment never trumps education. A well-prepared presentation engages the audience and provides information. Let's say you decided to address the academic achievement gap in your school by organizing a peer tutoring program. Would you present your program to students the same way you would present it to school teachers and administrators? You would probably present the same information to each group, but your presentation style and strategy would likely be different. It is very important when planning a presentation that you make an effort to know your audience. Their knowledge of the topic, experience, education level, etc. will influence your approach to the topic. In everyday conversation, you surely communicate best with people you know. Effective presentations are about communication. The more you know about your audience, the more apt you are to hit the right notes, say the right things, and truly get your point across. A presentation is goal-oriented. Prior to even starting the research for your presentation, you should ask the questions. What do I want the audience to walk away with after my presentation? What should they know or be ready to do? Every component of your presentation should be measured by its relationship to the goal. If a component does not add value and has little impact on the goal, then it should not be part of the presentation. Given an unlimited amount of time, you could probably put together a presentation that covers all aspects of the topic, leaves no questions unanswered, and meets all of your goals and expectations. However, most of the time, presenters are faced with an externally imposed time limit. It is very important that you respect these limits. If you are given 15 minutes for a presentation, you should probably put together a 12-minute presentation to minimize the chances of you running overtime. It is disrespectful to your host and audience to run overtime. Here's where careful planning comes into play. If you only have 15 minutes and you know you could easily present for 30 minutes, the goal of the presentation becomes even more crucial. You must make sure that your goal is narrow, well-focused, and clearly defined. Once your goal is well-defined, you are ready to outline your content. The outline will serve as a roadmap for researching your topic. Whether you create a traditional linear outline or a mind map is dependent upon your individual learning style, but you must not skip this step. Your outline will help link your goal with your content and keep you aware of your time limitations. It is very important that you research your topic thoroughly. Typically, effective presenters garner much more information than is included in the actual presentation. Research in the 21st century is easier than ever. Schools and public libraries provide access to professional research databases, books, and journals. Internet access to governmental and educational sites unleashes a wealth of information. The research is guided by a well-thought-out outline. Information is one of a leader's greatest assets. By being cognizant of the past, aware of the current, and hopeful of the future, a leader is best prepared to build a vision and inspire others. A written sketch of your presentation is important to its success. This sketch is used as a template for practicing your presentation. The sketch should include brief summaries of relevant research and other sources, answers to anticipated questions, and definitions of relevant terms. The sketch will likely include more information than you will actually present. It provides the background information that undergirds the entire presentation. Sometimes the preparation of the presentation notes and the written sketch are done simultaneously. However, these notes represent the presenter's real-time resource. Your presentation notes may be printed on large index cards. The notes should consist of relatively short bites of information. In order to facilitate easier prompting, notes should be printed using a large font. These notes are used during the presentation to help keep you on track and focused. It has become fairly standard to supplement oral presentations with electronic presentation media. Microsoft PowerPoint is the most commonly used software for this purpose. Individuals learn in diverse ways. We all have preferred learning styles and preferences. Some prefer visual stimulation while others prefer auditory stimulation. Some prefer pictures while others prefer words. The use of electronic presentation media software is meant to meet the needs of a diverse audience. Let's be clear here. PowerPoint and other presentation software are designed to support your presentation. They should never become the presentation. Skillful use of bullet items, pictures, graphs, and charts help reinforce and clarify content. However, the focus of the presentation must always remain on you and your message. Here's an example of a PowerPoint slide that might be included in your presentation. Although certain disciplines such as science and business may have more specific customs related to the use of electronic media software, here are some general practices. Displayed text should be limited to short definitions and bulleted items. Color or high contrast graphs or charts best reinforce statistical data. The use of relevant pictures to reinforce content or theme is always helpful. The old adage, "a picture is worth 1,000 words," has merit here. Slides should be well balanced and symmetrical. They should be pleasing to look at. It's also best that you tightly control when text and graphics are displayed. This way, audience attention can be more effectively influenced. Although you cannot anticipate exactly how the presentation will go, practice will increase your comfort level with the content, ensure staying within time limits, identify weaknesses, and provide an opportunity for tweaking, fine-tuning, and improving the overall presentation. Remember, making a presentation is all about communication. You must take special care to communicate well. Here are some important communication tips. Never read from your prepared notes. You will lose your audience if you read to them. Instead, if you are prepared, you can speak to them. Minimize distracting motions. Movement is okay, but fidgeting is not. Make eye contact with your audience. Eye contact is an important nonverbal gesture. Making eye contact allows you to connect with your audience and even receive important feedback that may alter your strategy. Keep your volume up. Avoid swallowing the ends of sentences. Always attempt to overpower the room with your voice. The use of a microphone does not substitute for clear and careful speech. Answer questions directly. If you do not know an answer to a question, don't be afraid to say you don't know. Instead, let the person know that you will find the answer and get back to them. Certainly, when it comes to making presentations, just like how we dress, speak, interact with one another, and view the world, we all have our own style. Being ourselves during presentations may indeed increase effectiveness. However, style never trumps preparation. The tips provided in this short video are designed to help maximize your success when making formal presentations, a very important leadership skill.